how you make sure that 2025 will be your best year so far. So for the past 5 years, I've been on this journey to think and find the solution for this exact problem on how can I make the next year better and the best year of my life. And I came to the conclusion that, to say the least, is pretty shocking. So I promise that after this video, the next year you will know exactly how to make it the best year, and it's not only theoretical, it's practical that you can do now. And most importantly, at least in my opinion, I'm going to break it to 3 points. The first one, I'm going to give you the stories, then I'm going to give you the lessons, and I'm going to give you a secret of mine. So this journey of me trying to make the next year the best year of my life started at the age of 14 or so. I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, all of the self-help books. I was like, you know what? Next year is going to be mine. Next year is going to be big. I started texting all of the famous people that are my idols. I was like, hey, this year I'm going to be this. This year I'm going to be this. This year I'm going to be this. And I did that. I was making Instagram stories saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do this year. And nobody's gonna stop me. I was making videos to myself, not even uploading, telling it to everybody that I meet. Awesome. Look, do that. It's exciting. It's awesome. I felt great, okay? But was that the best year? No, it wasn't. So I did everything that it's not important, except for the most important thing, which is actually making the year the most important year of my life. Or at least the better yet. Okay. But at some point, I figured out the secret, of which I'm going to share with you today. The number one foundation you need is data. What you want you to do before you make your yearly resolutions, before you decide what you're going to do in the next year, I want you to do this one thing. Go open a spreadsheet. If you don't have a computer, go on a paper, whiteboard, whatever it is. Preferably a spreadsheet on Excel, okay? Get the spreadsheets, put in the dates, preferably 3 years. So 30 months, put them all. And the way I do it, the way I did it is by doing trimesters. It all will make sense, okay? Just keep with me. It all will make sense at the end. You put all of the months, then you track about 18 metrics that you think are the most important and that you think that have a direct effect on you, on how you perform, how you achieve your goals, the likelihood that you are the best version of yourself, that you think are making you closer to the best version of yourself or making you go further away from the best version of yourself. You're writing them all down. Just don't let anyone help you. Just do it on your own. Put them all. And usually it's about 18, from 11 to 18. Mine right now is 25, but I think I can get them down to 18 or so. Okay, at first it was 18, then 25, then probably I will get them down to 18. So you want that. You don't want a 5, no 3, no 10. Write them down. It will take 1 hour. But guess what? On the other hand, think about it. That's the price of making the next year best year of your life. Is it worth it? Of course it's worth it. Any day of the week. I'll do it 10 times if you have to. So you do that. What you will do then, you're going to put that, here there's 2 things. I'm going to tell you what I did, then I'm going to tell you what I recommend you doing. What I did was actually get those and ask myself what is the best version of myself out of those 13 months. I was like, okay, it's actually these 6 months that was the closest version of myself. If you need help with this, go to your mother, go to your wife, go to your girlfriend, whatever it is. Someone who's close to you, that have been with you the entire period and know your ups and lows, that can have a clear idea about what is the best version of yourself. So for me, I asked my mother, what is the best version of myself in your opinion? At first, she didn't answer me. I repeated the question and she answered me, and it was completely identical with what I thought. So you do the same. You're like, okay, this is the best version. Then you ask yourself another question, which is, what's the worst version of myself in the past 30 months that I have tracked here? And for me, I was like, oh, it's clear that this one, the second worst one is this one. Then I compared between the two. I found that almost every habit is contradicting between the two. So obviously, if a habit I did when I was closest to the best version of myself, I didn't do when I was closest to the worst version of myself, then probably I should do in the next year. And the same thing goes with every one of them, and the opposite is also true. So if I didn't do when it was the best version of myself, but I did do when it was close to the worst version of myself, then probably that's something that I should avoid next year. And then you put them there and you rank yourself, right? You put some sort of score, you rank yourself. However, this is what I did, but there's a step that I added later on that I think it will save you all of this time of analysis, which is you get the data, you put it into ChatGPT, and you basically ask him, you say, hey ChatGPT, this is all the data I have, track it for me, okay? This is tracking of 18 metrics, and sometimes you don't even have to, but you can if you want to. The exact prompt you put in is analyze this data of mine, and so analyze it and make decisions for me and tell me why. ChatGPT will do all of that. So it doesn't have to be ChatGPT, it just has to be some good AI that is up to date. So you make sure that you are getting the best information, to get the best systems that are working for you out there. So you do that, he will give you all of the analysis, and it will make so much sense. In my case, it actually made so much sense, and it was almost identical with the analysis I did myself, but guess what? It actually added stuff that I didn't notice on my own. That's why I'm telling you, if you don't want to do the stuff when you analyze yourself, just let ChatGPT analyze it for you and make the decisions, which is important. The decisions, I would say that it's better to do it on your own, but you can let ChatGPT do it for you, okay? It can. Give him the right prompt, he will give you everything. The way I did it was taking all of those right answers of the best version of myself and put them on a daily to-do list that I did for about 2 months. Later on, I realized that some of them are more important than the others. And by the way, this is something that you can understand and you can realize without going through this 2 months period with ChatGPT. You tell him, give me the advanced version of this. So what is the optimal in your opinion? And he will remove a lot of metrics that you tracked. He will say, well, this doesn't look that it has a very deep effect on you being the best version of yourself, and he probably will add. So you tell him, add what you think. So if this is the best, then tell me it is. If not, tell me what I should delete and what I should add, and show me how it looks. He will give you the entire table. You can just copy and paste into the spreadsheet, and you can go on. So the next year also know what you do. So the best way and the worst way to do this is like how you can track it. The best way you can do it is just if you are doing on trimesters, every trimester you go there and you fill it. So if you want something advanced, you can do the to-do list that I told you, and you make something that is weekly, bi-weekly, that you can track your progress on that. So now you understand what I'm talking about, okay? You understand how to make decisions, you understand how to analyze, you understand how to collect data, you understand all of this. Now, how can you use this to make the next year the best year of your life? I'm going to tell you something which will change the trajectory so far. This is important, and here's why. Look, doing this alone will make the next year the best year of your life. Because the decisions you're doing, you just have to follow the decisions that you make. The decisions you're making are most certainly, if you do 30 months, are 100%, let's say 99.99% accuracy. You know that there is nothing close to this? In terms of accuracy, there is no self-help books that will help you to do and get 99.99% accuracy on any decision ever, except your data. So you might as well track your data, analyze it, make decisions based on it. And that's why Alex Hormozi has said in a recent interview, someone asked him, he said, what is the biggest lesson you learned? Who is your best mentor? He said, my best mentor was data, is data, and will be data. So make data your friend and let it be your friend forever, because it will help you not only understand where you are and analyze literally what you are on something that you can track and palpable, but also it will help you to create and make decisions that have the highest percentage accuracy that you can get to. So a lot of people will think that this might be so realistic or unrealistic, or this is so utopia. This thing I did. If I did it, you can do it too. Okay, I'm not telling you something, and look, it's not only me. I gave it to my friends, and they did it, and they thought it was awesome. Okay, and guess what? I didn't even let them choose the metrics. I just gave them my own metrics, and it was like, you know what? You're gonna work with this. They were like, dude, what? I said, this is what you're gonna do, and they did it. And they were like, it's awesome. We have some adjustments on the metrics that we track. We would like to add our own, so it's more suitable and personalized to us. But at the same time, it still worked so fine. So the point I'm making here, okay, I'm gonna give you another thing. You want another thing? I'm gonna give you another thing. What are the examples of the metrics that you can track? I'm going to give you a few of them. Okay, as an example, you can track your sleeping. You can track your energy levels, your stress levels from 1 to 10, okay? Or, let's say sleep, you put on a spreadsheet the 3 options, whether it's good, bad, or, so it's good, bad, or, so it's good, average, or poor. Something like that. Or you type high, medium, low, something like this. And you choose whatever quantifying thing. By the way, if you're gonna give it to AI at the end to analyze it for you, you want to give him the meaning of all of the abbreviation that you have actually used. So for me, instead of using medium, I just use MED, mid, right? But I tell him, I say, look, med means medium, AVG or something means average, something like that. So POS means positive, NEG means negative, etc. So something you just give him to make him understand your codes, because look, on a spreadsheet 18 metrics is a big, so you want to make it as small, make shortcuts in the words so it does not give you all of that space because you can't even look at it comfortably. Okay, I talked right now about arguably the most important thing. Just do this alone, and you are guaranteed that the next year will be the best year of your life. Just write data down. Just analyze it. Just make decisions based on the data. If you can't do it yourself, you let AI help you. And you are guaranteed, there's nothing that can guarantee you this except this. You will be guaranteed that you will get the best year of your life the next year. Okay, that's awesome. Now I'm gonna add another thing, which is what are the aspects that you want to upgrade yourself. So there's yearly resolutions, okay, and there's also mental states. There's a lot of people that change their mental frames with New Year, okay, and there's also auto-suggestion. It will all make sense. It will are all connected, okay? The thing I'm gonna start with is auto-suggestion, because once the year starts, the amount of negative wave that it gets through is just not awesome, not cool, dude. If we're gonna just say, well, the last year I did nothing, and probably the next year I'm gonna do nothing too, probably you will, that's correct. Even if you have your yearly resolutions, you did the data, it's what's in here, what you're feeding your unconscious mind is important. That's why the book Think and Grow Rich talks about this in 2 chapters of the book. It's crazy. It talks about it in the chapter called Auto-Suggestion, and also talk about it in another chapter. It's 2 chapters, right? Which is the unconscious mind, or unlimited intelligence, or vibrations, whatever you want to call that chapter. Which means that your most powerful thing in this life is your unconscious mind, okay? Because it has the access to unlimited intelligence, to the vibrations of others. You know when you enter some place and someone you hate him and he didn't do anything to you, that's his thought vibration. With your thought vibration are not doing so awesome. If this sounds weird and this is the first time that you're hearing this, we all did. Okay, that's what I felt too. I was like, dude, what is he talking about? He's Napoleon Hill. He spent 22 years learning and studying the most richest people in the world, and he's telling me this. I might as well just listen, It makes all the sense to listen than not to listen. So the guy was speaking about all of these thought vibration, and it's true. Even I think the right hand of Bill Gates, right? And he says in a conference just lately, about 2 or 3 days ago, he said, you have to focus on every year on the right habits. So everyone thought it's like sleeping, eating healthy and stuff like that. But no. He said breathing. Okay, good. Then he said what you say to your mind, in your inner dialogue. It's not only saying it publicly, it's just what you say in your mind. Which is the exact principle, which is autosuggestion. And honestly, I think that this is very important because what you say to yourself, let's say you're going to undertake some crazy task to become the best version of yourself, or to get that year to be your best year. You probably are going to do stuff that are not very comfortable and you are not able to do it right now. If you're gonna self-sabotage you every time, you're like, I'm gonna do this, and your head is like, I'm just so bad at this, I don't think I'm gonna make this, I'm just trying because I don't want to not try so people will not laugh at me, you will not succeed. But on the other hand, if you say, you know what, I'm gonna fucking succeed at this, there's no reason, prove me wrong, that I physically cannot do this. Despite of what it is, it's just your mental state, you're literally setting yourself up for success. And that's why Sun Tzu, The Art of War, one of the best books, it's old, it's more than 100 years old, or 400, or I don't know, and it still is successful to this day. Right? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Sun Tzu or The Art of War is a book that is made by a war commander, and he's talking about the war techniques and how they won and stuff like that. And it's Chinese book, okay? That's why it's called Sun Tzu. So Sun Tzu is like Chinese word, which means the art of war. And one of the best quotes in the book is the war is won before it even begins. What does this mean? Okay, I don't like to give every time the example of wars, but look, you have to think, if it's true for wars, it might be true as well for 1 year resolutions or objectives or goals or whatever you want to call it. So you might as well think about it. It's like, okay, how can I win in achieving what I want before I even begin? It's set yourself, your mental state in a good stuff. Put the data, analyze it, and make decisions based on it. And the third one, which is as important as both of the steps, which is you have to be with the right people. So make it just 1 year. Add one resolution if you've already written down your resolutions, which is you have to connect with 2 to 3 people and you write the characteristic down. They have to have this characteristic, okay? They have to have specified knowledge in something that you want. As an example, you are a salesperson. You want them to have specified knowledge, let's say in marketing, in customer satisfaction, something like that. It's just so specified that it's awesome, and for you it will work great because it works as a partner. You're awesome at sales, he's awesome at customer satisfaction. You will do an awesome deal, and you make it a goal, a resolution to find that person. Let's say another person, someone who is great at something specific, let's say cold calls, aka cold outreach. Cold calls, just this. Cold calls. He's awesome and he has the specified knowledge and he's the best at that. Make it. And look, when I tell you write the characteristics, it's not just what I'm telling you, it's like he's being the best at this specified knowledge. Not that. What I want is write down, dude, everything. Write down everything. How tall is he? How good is he? Male or female? Is he strong? Is he loyal? Is he how his voice looks like? How does he look like? Does he have hair? Does he have beard? Does he not have beard? Does he have glasses? Write down everything. What are the other interests? What are their hobbies? Does he have any hobbies? Who are their families? From where is he? Where is the location where I will find him? This is the important. You should start with this. Where I will find him? Is it in your city? Is it in your country? Is it when you will travel? Stuff like this. You write down all of this for 3 people and you make it resolutions to find those people before the end of the year. And look, if you don't believe in what I'm saying about, look, I'm not gonna tell you that you are the sum of the closest 5 people. I'm not gonna tell you that because that's so old and so generic that everyone have heard it. And if you heard it and you're not doing this resolution, then probably you need something else. Okay, which I'm gonna give you. In the greatest books of all time about self-help book, is the rich and Think and Grow Rich. In this book, there's an entire chapter about, it's called Mastermind Alliance. What does it mean, Mastermind Alliance? Is literally what I just told you to write in the resolution. Is to find the people that I told you to have to fight, and not only to find, but actually to make a like whatever it is. So daily meeting, every other day, weekly meeting, twice a week, 3 times a week, it's whatever works for you, and you meet with them because you will help all of you, each other, to grow. And so he will give you his specified knowledge, you will give him specified knowledge, etc. So this means that if you're going at X speed together, you will go at least at 2-3 times more than that. What does this mean? This means that it is as priority as all of the subjectives and everything and the tricks that we're talking about. So you put the data, you put the other stuff, and you put networking as well. Because without network, even if you do the data, it might be even not so good. And the only way for you to have exponential growth is not by, even if you acquire and you spend the entire year learning about different things, you might as well not get to the place you want to be, because simply that's your limit. Humans have a limit in knowledge. Even if you're the smartest human on earth, 1, 2 people, right? So 2 people, 3 people, 4 people will always outperform you, because you get tired, you do all of these stuff, you have your own experiences that you kind of get based on. But we have 3, 4 people, they will help you, and each one have different perspectives, and they are specified in one thing. It's 100% you're setting yourself up to actually succeed, and not only succeed, but make that year the best year of your life. And not only make it the best year of your life, but make it something that you can remember, and most importantly, you know why. So the next year after that, you know how to make it even better, because you will have the data, you will have the network, and you know the next year that you will do the same thing, but you have more data and more network. So as I promised, being and making the next year the best year of your life is made easy by the principles I told you. I didn't gatekeep at all. I give you all what I know, and I'm pretty sure that these are literally, what you've seen here, you can never unseen. So subscribe.